And South Sudan's warring government and rebel forces have signed a commitment to settle key security sections of a peace deal. This is despite them having broken the pact many times.
The agreement is hoped to kick-start stalled talks for key military sections of an August 26th deal. This includes the demilitarization of the capital, Juba, the positions of troops on both sides, and steps towards the creation of a unified army repeatedly treaded blame, accusing each other of breaking the internationally brokered ceasefire, the eighth such agreement.
We have only one of the two options. Option of an imposed peace or the option of a continued war.
We have concerns that the ceasefire is not holding, and this is because the government is unable to control its own troops. First, the ground troops have been continuing fighting, particularly in Unity State.
Civil war began in December 2013 when President Salva Kiir accused his former deputy Riek Machar of planning a coup. Killings across the country that has split the poverty-stricken landlocked country along ethnic lines. Tens of thousands of people have been killed, and UN-backed experts have warned of the concrete risk of famine before the end of the year if fighting continues and aid does not reach the hardest hit areas.
People in South Sudan, the leaders, and particularly President Kiir and his group, are going to do a lot of the things expected of them only by force. The question is whose force? I think that force is going to be to come from the international community. That force might come from regional, states in the region, neighbors. If the peace agreement collapses, yes, there is a high possibility that the humanitarian situation is going to worsen. Because the only bargaining chip then that will be left, particularly with the rebels, is to continue fighting. And that's how rebel movements operate. I mean, if they cannot get the peace agreement implemented, they're not going to lose the inconvenience they cause by fighting. So
some 3.9 million people are in crisis, a third of the country's population, a massive 80% rise compared to the same period last year, the UN said. Ellen Wanjiru, KTN News.